what is it, first base or whatever.
I don't know what those terms mean.
Yes, the first base. All right, there were kissing involvement at least at some of those dates. And yes.
Kissing at the first wait, kissing at the first base?
No, not the first base. What kind of girl do you take me for?
I'm just asking questions here. I didn't say nothing.
Leo, I love you. Nothing. Everything's good over here. Continue the conversation. Hola, Leo, Danny, Mikhail.
Okay.
Hola.
No hablo español.
What's the next topic on?
What's the topic?
The topic is dating multiple people at once.
With or without them knowing?
No, I guess with them knowing, because remember the screenshot I sent said if somebody tweets and it says y'all know it's okay to date multiple people when you're single, right? So somebody did a survey on that tweet and said, is the person right for saying that? 67% said yes and 33% said no.
Okay.
So I agree. I said you can date multiple people at once because you're just dating. But I guess it depends on what the definition of dating is.
That's what I'm about to ask, because, again, when do you step into the realm of exclusivity? Sometimes I know that for guys, they somehow, they talk to a girl, like date like, so they go like 5, maybe 6 times. All of a sudden now she's like, oh, it's our 3-month anniversary, guy. Wait, what? It's like, yeah.
I think if that's the case, you need to tell, or the rules should be, both parties should be on the same side. That's what same page, thank you. So, what I think a relationship is versus what think Leo. Is it a relationship or a dating?
Again, this needs a lot of definition. What? Okay. Let's go around. What is dating first?
Alright, for me, dating has 2 connotations. The first one is just going out, like having a physical date. And you can do that with friends or somebody who you consider to be like a love interest. And then the second definition would be you're actually in a relationship with somebody, so you're going out with that person and you're exclusive.
Okay, that's a bit confusing. All right. Because, there are people who are in relationships, but they don't date in the conventional sense. I mean, they don't go out and,
Exactly.
Why you did always so close to the back of the foot, Malay?
You got a problem with it, Bob?
It's unnatural.
That's right. This conversation is not Rem Sleep conversation.
Okay, so when does dating turn to a relationship? Any ideas?
When they say, yo, we're in a relationship.
Are people that upfront?
Boyfriend, girlfriend. You need to state we are boyfriend, girlfriend. No assumptions around here.
But it's not to say that because it brings about a finality that, especially guys who want to date, they're like, I want something casual, I want it to be open enough that, I can do my thing, but close off enough so I know that you're not doing anything.
If you're going to date multiple persons, I need to know that I can date multiple persons. Don't make me think that, okay, we are exclusive when we're not. Everything's just a trial phase right now.
I don't understand, to be honest, because if we're deep, in my mind, we're exclusive. I never have the concept. So the dating that you're referring to is like a child free if you want to be in a relationship with a person.
Right.
Yeah.
Just focusing on that one person. That's how I interpret it.
Okay.
Look at
And
it.
so
But which definition are you using when you look at it that way?
when I'm thinking about dating, right?
You're thinking about exclusivity.
Like in my mind, the first date, that's fine. That's to test the waters. But after that, after the first date,
We are
you can't date the person again. You may not be in a relationship, but you should be exclusively dating that person if you don't want to be in a relationship. I don't think it's fair or right to be dating multiple persons, even if you're single at this point, because I try to test the water with this person. You can't test it with several different persons at a time
Of course
and
you
build a connection with any one of them because you have several different options out there. You need to go to one at a time. It's not a free for all.
It's like interview to see who best suits me. So yeah, you can view different candidates at one point. It's when you become serious that you say, all right, you get rid of them. Or you tone them down to say, all right, you have
Tone them down, get serious.
Mm-hmm. So you might, all right, so you go one party, you say like, you go one party, you, at church, your workplace, so you see several, let's say you have 5 guys that, you know, might have potential. And one say, yo, make a go, go get.
The 5 guys on the same place.
Remember dates, you know, it's just like going out. So when we say, so one work one night, say, all right, come, make we go get something to eat after work. Church one, you might go to the park after church. One at school, and you might go one popular spot at school. And you know, you know, talk and so on and so on. And then you realize, all right, out of the 5, we really have vibe with 3.
Okay.
So you cut the other 2, you make it known, say, all right, we're just friends.
Okay.
The other 3, no, you talk and you go different places together. Fine. And then the more you vibe and the more you're thinking that, all right, I want, I'm contemplating a stable relationship, but me not get that from bachelor number 3. 1 and 2, I go on with things and I can probably see myself for them bachelor 3, but him just something I like, so me and him too controlling, so I'm not going to further. We could just make sure we put up the walls from now. And then you have the last 2.
Are you talking from experience?
Experience, possibly.
Oh my goodness.
Possibly.
Were we dating? I'm confused.
Yes, we were dating.
When?
That's a good question.
Yes.
For how long?
No, the first date. We did exercise that the first date was a date.
Okay, yeah.
That's the time we had the conversation.
Was the first date?
Alright, so yeah, we became in a conversation. We became a couple at that time.
Okay.
We say no bullshit and
okay, so you understand the issue me I have?
Yes, because that was a me and you thing. We can't use our circumstances as that.
Okay, so.
Even then, look at the beginning of our relationship. Quote unquote relationship.
Quote unquote in a real?
we gave. Remember, that was just a trial period. Then said
it was a trial period.
We were getting to know it. We rushed into it. So you know damn well that we rushed into it.
I remember before the first date, you asked what you want to do with me, and I said my intention is to be.
Yes, but we kind of rushed into that one.
We know each other for months.
Right, technically a couple weeks. It was midterm. We are not going to the start of the term because, like I say, the first of the term is very shady. But we're going back to the mid of the term. Midterm. We start from midterm. We develop a friendship towards the midterm, and
friendship is
and then towards the end of the term.
Sorry for cutting. There's a friendship phase between the dating and the. I remember.
There was a friendship. I
remember a lot of fighting. I don't really remember that.
All right, so frenemies phase.
Frenemy?
Yes, that was a frenemies phase.
Really? You taking a person and you pinching me, the frenemy? Okay.
Yeah, we keep annoying the heck out of each other for that first or a couple of weeks.
I wasn't annoyed. I liked you.
Yeah, but we just do this as annoying bastard, just annoying me.
And you were the only person that didn't know that I liked you.
Oh, please. Anyway, this is not specific. This is not a story of our life. Can you stop using our life as an example?
But you're the one that's teaching our life right now.
I'm just, because you brought it up, right? And you brought it up.
You see the amount of confusion that just recollecting your relationship is? That's
exactly. That's why I don't like using it as an example. All I'm saying is the amount of something they recollect in a relationship is.
Okay. All right. My apologies. So,
that's why I don't like using us as an example. Where are you?
Stop hitting me.
I'm not hitting. I'm demonstrating.
By hitting me?
I'm gesturing.
Stop it.
It's not.
I'm gesturing.
Okay, so
gesture softly.
I don't like. Do you hear anything in the background for Sarah hit?
Nope.
Okay. And you, Danny personally knows that my hits come with a loud bang. And she can't hear nothing. She knows there ain't no hit.
Hit me again, that's what I'm telling you.
What's no hit?
Okay. Danny, could you give us a proper roadmap as to the transition that this should be? Because this is more your interest, and it's kind of confusing me right now. So when
you mean transitioning from like just dating to a relationship?
Yeah. When does it shift? When does it change?
When you have the conversation, you go out on a few dates with a person, and as Elle was saying, you start realizing, all right, you have to pick up a vibe with a certain person. Then you make the move to say to them, say, all right, this is how I'm feeling. Do you feel the same? And if the feeling is mutual, then you decide, say, all right, we're gonna make this exclusive. I don't think simply going out on dates with a person like a physical date means that on a day from the jump.
True.
Okay, so I might can understand that partially, but then a lot of persons are confused. A lot of persons don't have that conversation.
Exactly.
And that's where they go wrong.
Because they assume that since they've been dating for like a couple months, they're like, oh, this is what I'm. So you'll have Sally over here dating John, and she's like, oh, I like John. I think this relationship that we're developing is really nice. While all of a sudden, John has girls on the side.
That was a hit because we just remember an issue. I have an issue with that dating something, that definition. You need a clear definition from both parties. Because me, they have this guy. Yes. This guy.
Gentlemen.
And this guy, I swear we were getting in a relationship. Nothing pointed to a possible relationship. Nothing. We met up. We went on several quote-unquote dates. They call it, what is it, first base or whatever?
I don't know what those terms mean.
Yes, the first base. All right, there were kissing involved, at least at some of those dates. And yes.
Kissing at the first? Wait, kissing at the first base?
No, not the first base. What kind of girl do you take me for?
I'm just asking questions here. I didn't say nothing.
Leah, I love you.
No, nothing. Everything's good over here. Continue the conversation. We're all good over here.
That's where the most sweet.
No, you have no idea.
You were saying?
No, you did your example.
Yeah, this.
Yes.
Dating. You said you were in a getting to a relationship with this guy. What happened?
Well, I thought we were ending up for the relationship, but like I said, that definition, that conversation needs to be very clear. Because he said he liked me, I said I liked him. We went on several dates, meet up almost every week, and this was for a couple months.
But did you guys actually call each other boyfriend and girlfriend?
That's the point. That wasn't established. That boyfriend, girlfriend.
Then for tricking yourself into
Yes,
thinking
we learned. That's why I said there needs to be a definition. At that time, I did not know. I was just getting into the freedom of dating, and so I know that that's the relationship that turned. That's why I needed that confirmation to say, "Yo," I want it in a writing too. Text message, screenshots, writing. I don't want to worry about because you can go back and say, "Yo, I never said something like that. I never mean nothing like that." I need a confirmation via text.
So I have a story from high school. Did I tell me?
This dude had other thing to say. He wasn't sure, blah, blah, blah. Because he was with another girl at the time. So I'm thinking while he was dating me, he was probably dating someone else, not in a relationship, changed Facebook status in a relationship, and I never mind the end of it. So, I'm like, what the heck is going on? He's like, I'm never sure. I know I like you like me, but it was like we were playing a little game. I'm like, this nigga, I left from my yard, and anyone who noticed that me not left my yard for no reason. I'm for any little together boy. And me like several times, and you think they're going to say me I play? You damn lucky.
So I have a story from high school where there was this girl that me and she used to hang out a lot, right? And like we hang out a lot, we talk a lot. She was pretty chill, and one day she come to me and her friends were there, like they gave her courage, and she was like, "You need to break up with me because she don't think that will really work with her. I'm a good guy." She say I'm a good guy, but she don't really feel that way for me anymore. And so she just tell me, "We need to break up." And I looked on her and I was like, "We need this."
And that return to my friend, she's like, sometimes she's in a relationship and she don't know she want to get a guy call her, introduce her as girlfriend. As in girlfriend to all in friends and all in family. So she's like, you know, a relationship? And she just wrong it. She said every time she just get the guy them introduce her as girlfriend. As them girlfriend.
And she's fine with it like
that?
Just
rule. I just one at a time. Just rule it. Okay. She's like, okay,
and that's the thing. That's the thing. So I agree with Elle. We really do need confirmation because a lot of times people are in relationship and don't know.
Not more than most are words. Word from most, sorry. Confirmation. So they can change it. And let's say witnesses. The word and most are working witnesses.
Yeah, so I need the person to say, "Hey, do you want to be my boyfriend?" And I need to try to say yes. And then we need to put on love and how this relationship will work. Yes, love. Like another, the love of relationship.
Can we just say rules? Laws seem like people break it, end up in prison.
Exactly, you end up in a love court and prison.
You know, that reminds me of something I saw on a channel that me and Leo watch called MXR.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, apparently somebody put up a meme and said that if you enter a relationship with somebody, you both should come together and create a savings account, and you put money in there every month, and whoever gets cheated on gets that money.
Yes, yes, I saw that one. So you're in a relationship, start a relationship, you and your partner come together and create a saving account, right? And whoever gets cheated on gets the money in the saving account.
Yeah, it's called a heartbreak insurance fund.
Here I know.
So these are why we say there should be laws, not rules. Because people are like rules, we can go around and break them. No. With laws, oblige and obey.
That's going a bit far for just being in the dating stage.
Yeah, but it's literally called insurance. You have no incentive to cheat. Because you literally lose your incentive, monetary-wise, anyway.
True. Which brings me to the question. Since I talk about money, right? I think it was Kevin Samuels I saw talking about if you would you give a chance, like a sexual blight to the guy, if he must spend money on you and date, I am not really into him like that.
About high value men who cheat or don't cheat, I should say.
Huh?
When he's talking about high value men who don't cheat.
I don't remember what the topic was. I just remember that snippet.
Okay.
Like here's the thing. Here's my opinion on that. I don't think I don't think you should give a guy sexual favor because he's giving you money, right? Or he's spending money on you on a date. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for you to take money or give some a guy knowing that you don't interested in at all.
That's prostitution. Taking money for sexual favors, that's prostitution.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. You can be good. Now, if for instance that you are interested in him and he's giving you gifts, that's fine. I don't think you need or have to give him sexual favors, right? I think you should give him sexual favors if you're generally interested in him or generally want to give him.
So, question: if you give you money and you give sexual favors, does that mean you're in a relationship or just or is that still a dating phase?
No, that's prostitution.
It's a dating phase.
If you're not dating,
I always say you have a man to pay the bills.
Sorry, gonna let me
one
finish?
man to sorry.
If you're not dating or if you're not in a relationship and he's giving you gifts and money and you're giving him sexual favors for the gifts and money, you're just a private prostitute.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Now, if you're in a relationship, the sex and the gifts, those have to correlate. He's just giving you gifts because he's your boyfriend and you're giving him sex because you want to have sex with him.
What's the difference? You both get what you want at the end, whether relationship or no relationship.
Would you give a guy sex because he's giving you money? Just because he's giving you money?
Well, I personally wouldn't.
Okay.
But there are other persons
then
who
stop being
would.
a hypocrite.
I'm not saying that's a life choice from me, but there are other persons that make that choice.
And they are prostitutes.
Would that all up in court?
Huh?
Would that all up in court?
Would what full of imports?
Saying they're prostitutes. They can even say, they're my man, and just like
What is
a
a prostitute then? What is a prostitute, L?
Somebody who takes money for sexual favors.
Okay. What is the difference between what they're doing and what a professional prostitute does?
Ideology defeat behind it.
There's no ideology. There's no ideology. A man that kills for money is no different from a man that kills for pleasure. They're just doing it for different reasons.
One is killer, the other is called an assassin.
Exactly.
To each their own. I'm not, like I said, it's not my personal life choice, but there are persons that go out there and then say, alright, if you want to spend money from me, might just be able to in exchange.
Why?
Because that's all they must offer. They don't really have much more to offer. I'm sorry to say that way, but that's the best they could offer. Let me rephrase that. That's probably the best that they could offer, or they think that's what the man would enjoy. Them enjoy money and man enjoy the pleasures of the flesh.
And females don't enjoy the pleasures of the flesh?
Alright, and then get a kick off right as well.
Man. You know
Well,
that
my question is it the same thing? When you say him a gear money, is the money separate from the money he spends while they're out on a date?
So if they're on a date and he's spending money on her, that's different. That's money for the date. She doesn't need to give him sex for that.
Yes, I agree with that one.
I hate guys that say, hey, I spend so much money on this to give me sex. I hate guys that does that.
And they own up, and like the woman, they're very, what's the word?
Misogynistic?
Well, I don't know what they think, but they feel like they own the woman because of that. Obsessive.
Sorry, I didn't hear you clearly.
Now I'm saying, a lot of men like those are very obsessive because they think that they can quantify owning a woman because they take care of all the monetary responsibilities.
And that's one of the sad things that's happening right now. That relationships are not built on mutual respect or understanding. They just build upon who is able to financially take care of each person, of who is able to provide the better sex. And it sucks. It sucks because a lot of relationships are not lasting. How can you build a relationship based on money and sex? Right? Because eventually the sex will get stale and the money may run out. if the money don't run out, the person will get accustomed. The person will get accustomed to the lifestyle and want more. There needs to be some mutual understanding and respect. They don't necessarily have to be love, but there needs to be mutual understanding and respect to make the relationship work. So providing someone, so getting in a relationship with someone because they can provide you the better things in life is shitty. Women, if you're listening, you are better than that. Even if the man rich and broke like that, set boundaries and rules for the relationship. Give him something to respect. Force him to respect you. That's the only way you can get into a decent relationship. If you want to be a freak in the bed. That's fine. But give him something to respect outside of the bed.
So some people just want the quick money.
There's no such thing as quick money.
You can't tell them that. They get the money one time, but then they want the guy or not. Give them the money for the one time something, and then move on to the next one, no attachment. So it's like a business transaction.
I mean, there's nothing wrong if you consider it like a business transaction. But there's nothing wrong with it, but don't you believe that you're in a relationship because you're providing sex for financial benefit. You're a prostitute. The only difference is one is private, one is public. Just accept it.
Really, it's still providing favors for monetary gains.
Alright. I think we'll get a bit real now. So we're talking about
multiple. I see nothing wrong with the multiple.
Of course not.
Multiple at the initial stage.
Mm-hmm.
When you make a decision, you need to make the rules as you put them laws clear.
Was I in one of those clusters?
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day,
I was.
At the end of the day,
sure, come to bump.
At the end of the day,
mm-hmm.
the rules, the laws of the relationship were established, and there have been no infractions to date.
Should I date wrong too?
Considering the fact that you were technically, you know what my name I get into?
Don't stop because I wasn't dating anyone. Stop it.
Mm-hmm,
Stop it.
Mm-hmm, allegedly. No, you alleged something earlier in the relationship, but okay.
Do you want to call the person and find out? My phone number. You can call her and find out too.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, let's not do that.
I think this week, we start calling session is more like me and your relationship.
Pretty much.
Me never did also me no one back. Me think we're the only one, but no, apparently we that back show.
Wait a minute, weren't you interested in one of my friends in our group?
No, I was not.
Yes, you were. You were fishing out.
I was not fishing out. I just like talk to her. There's a difference.
You were thinking about it.
No.
But then you realized yes, I was not assuming you admitted that you
like that.
there were two, but you realized that the one two of them wouldn't work out. One a bit too freaky and one a bit too something.
And you never said that. I said that I like the personality. I said something about one, but never somebody with none of them. I never somebody with none of them. I never really like nobody until I meet you. And I was like, honey. Whenever you like fish roll, whenever you want nobody, and then I meet you. Whenever I want nobody, then I meet you. I was perfectly content with being a cat man. I just cope up the cat whenever you want. You know.
This old cat lady.
You know the old cat lady?
You have an old take on it.
So I was totally happy to being a cat man. Me they gonna say me gonna be rich, have a bunch of cats, and just be contented. Then me you and I'm just fine. Let's try again.
Oh, you make it sound like I'm being pursue you.
Well, no, you didn't pursue me. I saw
Alright, this is coming too much into our old personal relationship. Can we not have a relationship story and this can this be cut?
Nah, it's good money.
No.
Content, trust me. Anyway, speaking of batch numbers, our lovely Danny mentioned cheating names as our next topic. So,
cheating names?
Yes, you did.
Next,
you have someone in your phone, your partner, but you give them a different name. How can we call that cheating name? Please,
Oh,
Danny.
have you ever? Who on this line has done that before?
Not me.
Definitely not.
Not me. Leo.
I know, I'm kind of thirsty. I'm going to water.
Leo.
I'm with some water. I'm honestly thirsty. I'm with water.
All right, so we'll stick up in on that one because Leo has some stories I need to tell based off of that.
You need to tell me what the alabaster is.
Oh boy.
So if you were to do it, how do you go about it? What creative names would you use as, like, say, guys who cheat on?
Gosh, I don't know, because I'm terrible with names. I might end up called a bona fide by my side name by accident. And we can't cover that up so good.
But that you used to do in a high school.
Cheating names different from cheating boys' names in phones. I knew you were going to bring that up. Those were not cheating names. Those were not cheating. Let the courts show. Those were not cheating names. And I knew you were going to bring that up. Yes, those are not cheating names. Those are just, I was not in a relationship at the time. That was a case where I had a very overprotective parent, and they were not ideal with their child having boys' names. So I had to change all the boys' names to female names in my phone just to have some peace. But
you were not in a relationship, those were not cheating names.
Those were code names, not cheating names. They are different. Don't you guys tell me?
Cheating names are code names you put in your phone to hide the fact that you have a certain process number in your phone. It's like how I would change like Abby to like Eve or help desk or school library or something.
You sound like you're so good with that.
Like experience.
What?
You sound like you have it under wrap.
No, we're not talking about me. We're talking about
no. You just use yourself as an example. You had cheated names, and don't try to pull my high school names. Those weren't cheating. Those were boys' names. That my friends who were boys' names. I had overprotective parents who tend to use my phone.
And you didn't want anyone to
and take the word. Exactly. Not anyone, just not my parents.
Okay.
Overprotective parents that made a fuss out for the littlest thing.
Just because my can make it understand, just because you weren't actually cheating doesn't mean that they were not cheating names.
No, yours were cheating names. Help desk, library, A. So what's happening when help desk call you in front of A?
Oh boy.
Hello.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I never cheated on anyone. I was a good Christian boy.
Let's say me move from me before lightning strike.
Yeah.
Whoa! Me not get strike with you.
If we die together.
No. Well, me strike you alone.
Oh boy. I don't see why you need cheating names though, because I know like so the person who you're there with are gonna know the name of the person you're cheating with.
Probably if them see us talk to them ask them why.
Yeah, keep talking to this person.
Yeah, why you talk to Michael so often? Why Michael call you them at 3 o'clock at night for? Why Michael say them heart message you and then thing you? Why Michael just about yourself?
You know what?
But you'd ask the same question if it was help desk doing that.
Because the help desk is like, oh, honey, it's just work. You know, they're 24/7. Not just
3 in the morning. Well,
like you can't say it like this because the beauty of it is like that of help desk. They may come in as call, but they're actually like online stuff. So you can say, oh no, like it's just help desk. What happens is that even though it looks like a call, it's just a voice message sent to me.
If I was cheating, I use a cheating name. I would have used Danny. Nobody would have suspect Danny, and nobody reads Danny's messages from me. So you think, okay, it's just Danny and Elle going with them foolishness.
No, sorry, Danny was the
So if it's Danny and Elle, fine. So I probably use like Danny 2 or something like that.
Danny 2, Danny has his number.
You don't know?
So you're sending Danny 2 nude pics?
You wouldn't know. You delete those things off your phone.
You don't know.
Come on, if you're cheating, you cheat smartly.
I do not feel to see this relationship.
Nobody is supposed. Look what happened to the guy who leave the video upon him phone and now it turned viral sensation for everybody doing business.
You mean the police officer?
Yes,
Yes.
Roman Raisin.
Oh, God.
So that's why when you cheat smartly, people. Not that I'm encouraging it, but you have a wife, you need the video off your phone.
I would love that you're so into the conversation with me and Michaela talk about some financial or political issue like. But when it comes to mix up, you and Daddy
We know a little bit. This is a little easier for us to discuss. But when I talk about investments and so on, most of the terms we never understand. We pitch in where we can understand and where we can pitch in with.
Okay, dear.
Because like right now, Mikhail, for the first time, this is the first conversation I ever heard Mikhail.
So quiet.
Yes!
I'm learning.
Me and Mikhail don't know about anything, but Danny and El, you can teach us your wisdom.
We all have our expertise. When it's mixed up apparently, and me and Danny deal with mix up and female issues. Female issues along with mix up.
Alright, so you hear that, folks? Elle has just admitting that she's experienced in cheating. Right? You all get that, right? Good.
You know, there's a song, I might as well have cheated on you.
I never said you cheat on me, no?
As much as you would kiss me.
I never said you cheat on me.
Oh, wait, can I get, what do you call it? Get disposed by YouTube and we don't want to be demonetized off of whatever. Mention the word cheating one more time.
I never said it, that you are unfair on me. I'm just saying that you don't experience it.
No, that's your area of expertise. That's why you're so damn quiet.
No, I'm experiencing finance. That's why I'm experiencing.
We all heard the story. I think we already know your number. We didn't mention this already in the previous thing. But we all know you were disgusting in your past before you turned a good Christian boy. We're not talking about after being a good Christian boy. We're talking about your past dirty boy ways.
Danny, continue your conversation about cheating means.
I know me.
I wanted to change it up and say, what about, because I know Danny does this, when you have an ex and you give them a weird code name. I 100%
agree with the code names for the exes.
Why?
I don't know, it's fun. Though I don't really have that many exes.
What do you get out of it? Because I'm
talking about them to me.
Guys do this, but somehow women do this. Because apart from you two, I know one other girl who does this, and it's the weirdest thing.
Would you mind taking your foot off of mine, please? Thank you. Sweat and sweaty and not bothering.
They took your glasses off of me then.
When you're in the palm, I couldn't get sure.
But you just complain about mine, but you want to see.
Your one is wet and sticky. My one is
wet and sticky.
Guys, can we come back to the convo?
Stop, no? Good.
Okay.
Anyway,
Michael, I heard you asking something. What was it?
Is this a female thing for you guys to just name your exes something that you probably don't like or is funny? Because I know guys who does this. I don't know any males who do this.
I have an ex that calls me the midget.
What?
I have an ex that calls me the midget.
Is that a reference to your... Anyway.
What? Where you gone, Deso? Where you reach, Deso?
Good night. Wonderful evening.
I wasn't even there. How did you get there?
Well, I can't say I know of, and I don't know if guys do the same thing because I've not had that kind of conversation with a guy to say, oh, by the way, is so and so still around or like a part of your life or whatever? And then boom, him just say a different name. I've never had that experience. So for all me know, for my male friends, them probably I tell me code name already. I mean, I know say a code name them I give me.
I'm sorry, I've never heard a guy says, no, I'm not gonna call she who should not be named. I've never heard that. I don't think guys would hold a grudge that much to like go into contact, change the name, and like, yeah, this is.
I think I've seen movies where the guys probably, you guys use them, when guys use code name, it's more to like, for hookup.
It makes
So it's like,
cheating.
girl from club or girl from this or, you know, club girl or something like that. They mostly use some more hookup thing than.
Probably don't remember their name.
Mm-hmm.
You ever talk to somebody and you legit been talking for like a week and you don't even know each other's name?
Yep. No. Let me know.
Okay, Danny said no.
Ah, boy.
And this,
You okay, Leo? You're gone quiet. I think Leo left the conversation for the night, guys.
Time to go and sleep.
What kind of nursing is this? Leo.
he's nursing.
Leo. Don't hit me. Leo, I'm sorry.
What did you do?
Leo, don't be like that.
Okay.
You're a big boy. You can do better than that.
She's trolling. Leo, come back to us. The children investment portfolio. Is he back here?
He's private, yes. Keep saying it, Mikhail. He's coming over.
Money, Leo, money.
He's smiling. Go away.
You know, now would be a good time to invest in that heartbreak insurance fund, Leo. You do feel a bit of heartbreak, don't you?
Come on, it's mud sauce.
Don't touch me.
I won't touch you, but I swear to myself. Yay, he's back.
Okay. So children and money. That's alright. Even with this one, everybody can interject. Because when it comes to the fact that, I don't know if you guys did this when you were in like primary prep or primary school.
The VMBS saving thingy?
Yeah.
What a... Girl, we went to the same school. So,
I must have missed that day at school.
it was several years in school. When we used to save and the teacher used to write down how much...
Okay, so here's my proposal for the child investment portfolio. What we would do is when a child is born, up until a child is 5, you would invest every year into the child, into a diverse portfolio, in very stable stocks, into an index fund, right? Then you don't want to invest into the child 100 to 200,000.
You have 100,000 now to put on?
Not a year. You invest from the child is born to their 5.
Oh, okay.
The bills of the accumulated.
So 6 divided by 200,000 to put in the
Anyway, what you want is for this to be, what you want is for the compound interest to build up until the child is 30. Once the child is 30, they are able to get access to it. Not when they're eating, but when they're 30. 30.
Why 30?
I wanted to be at 50 for the retirement, but with further conversation with some of our friends, we decided to put it at 30.
Another reason why I wouldn't have a problem with 30, although personally, I'll put it probably near 24, 25. If you put it at the legal age, on the impression that you've taught your child about financial literacy to an extent, you want them to focus on building their initial wealth by themselves instead of having to count on this.
Exactly. No, there are caveats in when a child can pull out the money from it. Say, for instance, there is a medical emergency, or the child decides to use part of it as a down payment for a home, then they can pull out from it. But besides that, they are unable to from their charity.
What do you classify as a medical emergency? Suppose I want a big job.
That's not a bloody medical emergency. Medical emergency is for the health of the child, the health of the child, or life or death. That is not the health
I know the way
of
the
the
world
child.
is going,
It's
gender
not
change,
the health
or
of
more
the child.
replacement therapy is really going towards life or death emergency services nowadays.
Okay.
So what should happen is that the accumulation of the investment over the period of time to the child is 30 should be something around, if I remember the math, somewhere between 10 to $12 million. Not a lot, I admit, it's not a lot, but it is way better off than what a child, what most they can have in their 30s.
Once you say it's better than zero, it's just better than zero.
Yes.
Because even to get a decent access,
You don't take enough money to, if you give that person that 30, then spend off the money there.
Yeah, I understand that. What we are hoping is that this child would, what we're hoping is that this child would have this as like something like an investment fund while they build their own wealth in the background. It will, like, if a person has $10 million, that even though that money is not a lot, that is a nice cushion in case something does happen. Say they lose their job for a year or two, or they have a medical emergency that can keep them living, keep them on for the next year or two, that can keep them going until the emergency is up or they get a new job, right? So the beauty of it is that due to compound interest, if they don't touch the money or they don't touch 80% of the money, that money will then go and increase to close to $1 million by the time they're 50. So by the time they're ready to retire, they retire a millionaire, having enough money they can live their retirement life in ease and luxury. When they don't have to depend on a child, when they don't need to depend on their child or the government to get them to.
Is that feasible though? Won't they have some sort of tax on that?
There will be some tax on it, that's true. However, with the interest, with the level of life that we live in Jamaica, because I'm not saying everywhere to do it, just Jamaica. So with the level of financial stability they would have at that age of $1 million, if they are taxed, they can still live the rest of their life in relative ease and comfort.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying this will make them rich, but it is enough cushion for them where they will not be in financial difficulty.
No more part.
And if there's any financial emergency, they will not go poor because of it.
Exactly. So the government and the economy itself will basically improve because you can afford to actually take care of your own affairs.
Exactly. And
you say you'd invest in stocks in a child's name?
Yes.
So suppose the stocks plummet before the child reaches 25 or 30.
Then that's why you invest in a diverse portfolio.
Not everything at the same time.
What happened is that the stock market things generally does go up. Assets generally will go up. There will be some that will crash, and there will be some that will do very well. What you want to do
somebody needs to be educated then, because I'm a human person. I don't know how to do that or monitor that. I don't even know how to do that or monitor that.
So that's the beauty of it now. Now, instead of you monitoring, what I suggest is that the government have an institute that creates the diverse portfolio and have them monitor it and them keep it in check.
So then you have them all get one cut off, right?
Yes, they will get a portion of it.
I'm not knocking down your ideas, but when you have so many different persons involved, the fines or the deductions add up after a while.
But if everyone in Jamaica has a portfolio like that, the amount of pool of money that they have, it doesn't matter if the fines or something will add up, they will make money from it.
Alright.
The one other alternative is to teach everybody the financial literacy and to be told that not up for everybody.
That's it. We can start off simple, like bring back the same savings things back in school, so at least they have an idea of what savings is and probably introduce investing little by little.
And yes, and the government will take a cut out of that also. It's no different from the idea I have.
But think.
Hold on there. L, the VMBS account we had talked about, what happened to it by the time we're supposed to leave school?
We get a bank book with the money. So every little $20 what we save, from grade 1 going up to grade 6, we got our bank book. And then from our bank book, we could do whatever, but, because pretty much tell me how old we are now. But when we get those bank book now, we can go to the bank and withdraw money, or we can just continue saving as young teenagers.
I did this one.
I withdraw my money because I remember nothing about that.
I mean, I did $200. I mean, this save by $200 alone in the account. And I don't remember going back to the account after that.
That account is dead.
So VNDS just take back all of that precious coin.
Mm-hmm. But I know persons who did go for it in our group, persons who did go, and they save a lot of money. They save them $20 every week from grade 1.
But $20 enough money them time they.
Exactly. So then saving, so when them leave with a couple thousand. So they got those bank accounts and were able to continue savings, and I guess then those savings help them through them, either giving them lunch money for high school, or could help them buy whatever them to game or whatever they want to be. Or they just continue saving.
VMBS is a building society. It's a mutual mutual society or building society? I don't remember. It's a building society.
Mutual building society.
The money that you invest, the money that you put from primary school, it won't freeze up, so you can actually go back to it right now.
How about this?
There's no change in it.
What the book somewhere that $200 that?
Well, I don't know. It would be there because it's not like a conventional commercial bank where they get rid of your money. But chances are it's probably gone because it's been.
I have new account. Do that come up on the new account?
No, trust me, it won't change. My account, I'm older than all of you, and I was able to collect the money that was in my account.
Wow.
And I'm using my account now. Victoria Mutual is an investment institution and a bank attached to it. Like most banks are banks, the investment institution attached to it. The VMBS is the opposite. So they don't make money off of the banking sector, right? They make next to nothing off of the banking sector. Majority of their money comes from investing and insurance. That's where they make most of their money from.
Particularly real estate.
Particularly, thank you. No.
I mean, host a very expensive in advertising.
Because when advertise, the host of advertise not for people like us.
Yeah.
Now, what they do, I know that the bank, there's some benefit of having a bank attached to them. I'm not 100% certain why. I think it gives them more leeway. Or I think the way it benefits them is that the investors have a bank attached to it, so they can use banking institution. I think they just have the bank, so they can give out loans.
That is the.
They can give out loans and get into the loan business. I don't think the bank is there to save money or anything. So they have investment to there and then they give out loans. That's the main form of income.
Anytime VMBS sends out a bulletin about a new property that's for sale, usually with the company, what's the name again? I think it's
1C1.
Yeah, that one there. Usually they say, alright, our valued customers, if you have a certain blah blah blah, you get first preference, blah blah blah. Of course, for you to get the eye in on this property, you would have to take a loan with them. So.
Exactly.
Right. Somebody want me to your book. What should they do with the book?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think she remember that book there. But my question is, as you bring that up now, you have some parents who like to dip in their children's money.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there isn't there like a safeguard against? Is there a safeguard against the parent doing that?
Yes, thank you.
Not at the time.
Thank you for bringing it up. In the policies that I would implement, the parent would have no right to dip into the money, even though they don't want to put it in. The only way they can touch the money if the child has a medical emergency.
What if the child is special?
If the child is special, then
they have a handicap or
that would be considered a
disability.
That would be considered a medical emergency. That can be considered a medical emergency, like if they need medication to survive, or they need to go to the hospital visit, then that can be used for such. But
I wouldn't give the parents
if it's not in those extreme cases, they can't touch the money.
What if the child dies?
If the child dies, then the money goes to the next of kin.
Which is the parent.
Most likely the parent, yes. And if once they reach 18, they're required to come in to sign some documents to put the next of kin, with a new next of kin on it. So it's a working process. There's multiple clauses on it. So there would be multiple safeguards to ensure that the parent don't abuse it. And once the child is a certain age, they can come in, not get the money, but change certain things on the policy. So say, for instance, the child wants to invest into some more riskier stock, they can, on a certain percentage. If they want to go into real estate, they can. They can come in and change who will get the funding once they die, and so on and so forth, right?
But at what age?
At 18.
Okay.
But they won't get access. They won't get access to the money until they're 30, unless they have again medical emergency, or they're purchasing a home. I think they can also. I think I also want to put it if they're going for higher education. If they're going for higher education, but it has to set up in such a way that they have to get a certain level of grade point average to use for the higher education. Because we want to ensure that they finish the schooling. But like if they're going to school, they can get it and they have to finish the degree. If them drop out, they need to repay back the funds.
But you know you can finish the degree without having a certain average, right?
I know you can finish the degree to get real it's a certain average. That's not it. You need a certain average.
To ensure that they actually finish their studies.
Exactly. So we want this saving to be practical.
I think at the moment we have to cheat the system.
Cheat the system. Well, what I want for each child to have a certain amount of funding in an investment portfolio so they can take advantage of the market. I wanted the government to pay for it, but I realized that the government would have that much money to put for every child. So we're going to put it on the parents. And instead of having it that the parents pay one time when a child is born, they will put it several times until the child is 5. And then that accumulates over a period of time.
So they have the choice of paying for it like monthly, annually.
Exactly.
Annually.
But before the child is 5, they should require to have 200,000 within their account. And that 200,000 accumulated to
regular deposit?
No, what I say, the 200,000 should be put into their account. I don't want them to put 100,000 in there and then investment with the 200,000. No, they have to put 200,000 outside, and then the investment can build up, and they have no access to it whatsoever.
No, of course. Jamaican people.
I know Jamaican people, of course, but guess what? I don't give a shit. Sometimes they have to take better medicine to feel better. What is this?
Take better medicine.
Take better to feel better.
Exactly. Yeah. And this way, it is easier for them to do because they might do it over a period of 5 years. The money will invest and increase so the child can have access to it.
So have they reached 5 enough to put more money in there?
They don't require to put any more money in there. But if they don't get 200,000 by the time the child is 5, they are required to find the rest of the money before the child reaches it.
I have a question now.
Okay.
Let's say before the child reaches the eligible age to handle the money on their own, so the parents die. Yeah. Does the money go back to the bank or the government, or is it still there for the child to use when they reach the age?
It's there.
The money is there for the child. It doesn't matter if the parent dies or not. The money is the child.
The payment is what the parent is there for. To give you the base so that you can appreciate over time by the time they reach 30. So if, God forbid, the parent drops out, well, the money is still there, increasing in profit until the child is of age to get it.
This should also be something to protect the child. Hopefully there's a clause in there as well to protect the child. So you have some wicked hard people out there. Well, wait till they pick me. When it's a certain age, they pick me just to get the money.
No, they wouldn't get it.
If they're under 18, they would have get it. If the child dies before 18, the parents get it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point. That's true. then again, remember, when it comes to money, if someone dies, and there's money involved, the police normally do investigation to prove that there's no foul play.
Yeah, man, we won't know, so you don't
I know there's ways to take advantage of the system, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't put the system in play.
If a child goes missing and you can't find the child, like, so many persons going missing nowadays, 15, 14, 15.
No, with that, if a child is missing, after 2 years, if they don't find a body after 2 years, the child is legally declared dead. Then the phone will go
put
to
a
the
timeline on it.
Although there are occasions where people,
if the child shows up and the money is already spent, well, them out of luck. Can't do anything about that.
After 2 years?
So she's saying that, what if the child disappears for a while, right? After 2 years.
Yeah, but may I say, they would have come back after 2 years? Or would they would have done so?
Like human trafficking and somehow capturing and because I've heard stories people 15-year-old missing for 15 years, 18 years, and then come back.
It's funny, because it's just
rare, but it happens.
It's just like, well, it's not the same thing. It's just like how there was a law in Japan. I don't know how true this is. Something that I heard. I need to have to double check it, but it's a good example anyway. That if you steal a certain amount of money, if you somehow are not caught with that money in the next, I think, 30 years, somehow legally binding that money now becomes yours. It's a funny thing. Meaning if you take that money out of rotation for 30 years, if you are not caught or convicted with that money within that period, you can actually come back on the surface and that money is by all legally means yours. You can't be convicted, prosecuted, anything.
In weirdness, Japan?
Yeah, I remember hearing it, but I need to double check if it's actually true. But it's just a funny thing to show that when things or people go missing, you're giving adequate time. I'm not saying it's a really funny example when you think about it, the years.
There are so many stories in the States. Children get kidnapped from a young age. And this girl, she was kidnapped and she never knew. She grew up with the people them. There's an article she find. And she start off questioning, so she find out say then kidnap her from she a child, raise her as them own. Life to her entire life.
Then she wouldn't know.
It was a full lifetime movie too, I don't remember right now. How many years she think the mother was her mother? The person who was her mother was her kidnapper.
Wow.
Sometimes I wonder about people, why would you want to kidnap a child?
Because you can't have
none of your own.
So you're not going to adopt?
You have to just take one, especially when you're mentally unstable. I mean, there are persons who cut out babies, also pregnant ladies, when they're close to delivery and gone with the baby.
Or
so many injuries. People just take the baby out of the hospital and walk out.
Yeah, man, then take up the baby and go to gamble in the business.
And I'm afraid to fall asleep, because, like, my mother now, I was supposed to be born on the 1st of February because I want a break from that day. Me in a belly till the 3rd, and the doctor is like, all right, we're going to take her out now. We don't want she to die inside of you. And then put my mother upon some sleep medicine. My mother did not see me until Saturday. How you have a mother asleep for so long? Suppose nurse come in and take away your picnic.
At least you're lucky. My mother wake up and never see me one time. Just look at her hands and in bed. She said she just counting things as 10 toes and things. She put me down, not to me at night and just go back to sleep.
Oh God.
Mikhail, you were asking something?
No, I was just saying I was born at home, so there was nobody to really take me away.
What's your... Yeah, look, you one.
Oh, what's that?
My mom thought I was dead.
What?
My mom thought I was dead.
You were a stubborn child.
I was born premature.
And you did not cry, right? That's all right?
I don't recall.
She has to go next to
Oh, you never done know that.
I take the dead picture out when I come out strong and healthy.
Okay.
And like I'm saying, I refuse to die. They don't mind me to my old.
And she didn't.
what did happen? Why she thinks you're dead? You weren't moving around?
I guess, yeah, he came early, and I guess he wasn't, based on the fact that he was early and their test, he just had an intuition, so probably never alive.
There were some complications with the pregnancy, so they had to induce labor.
Oh.
And because of it was some serious complications, and due to what the doctor said, no one thought I would survive.
So you're literally a walking miracle.
Basically.
And then again, with these applications, when they want how much years of experience, that makes sense. You want a young person between the ages of 25 to 30 with 5 years of experience.
This reminds me.
Safety subjects them.
What? This reminds me of a COVID-19 application that I saw on a video.
Yes.
You remember it?
Yes.
This guy said you must have 2 years.
2 years experience in 2020 COVID-19 to 2019.